My adult sister's baby talking is making me insane, so I asked her to stop.
Aw, you don't like it? You don't like the baby talk?
You like baby talk?
Goo goo gaga.
Oh my gosh. Really Reddit for this one, as I genuinely don't know if I'm the a-hole. Throwaway, as my sister has Reddit, all fake names. My 34 sister, 27, Alana, has been somewhat infantile. Infantile? Infantile. New
There we go.
word. What's up with that? But in the last year, she stepped up her game in the category of nonsense baby talk. She was seeing a guy last year who I think liked it, which might be why she's literally every second sentence, and it's driving me nuts. By the way, this comes from Am I the A-hole Sister Act on the r/OK Storytime. Some examples. She arrived at my house and asked if she could put some juice in the fridge. I didn't even know what she's saying.
Oh, you
Turns out she wanted to put my juice in my fridge. Oh, on seeing a 6-month-old crying, she loudly said, "Oh no, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't do that." And she's asked if we've had any ice in the fridge. Ice in the freezer. You get the idea. It's endless and very annoying. My older sister, 35 female, Esty, and I have chosen to combat this by pretending we don't know what she means until she says it correctly. My mom does nothing about it, as Alana is the youngest and always babied a bit. Mom has even translated the baby talk for me and Etsy when we are pretending we don't understand. Anyway, yesterday Alana was at my house for my birthday, and the baby talk was dialed up to 100.
Oh no.
We had giant cookie for a cake, and later in the evening, Alana handed my husband a plate and requested a slice of the cake of cooks.
Oh god.
A slice of the cookie cake. This was too much for me, and I told her to stop with the made-up words. She replied, "But it's cute."
Cute thing that the boyfriend did with her, but she's taking it way too far. Way too far.
Yeah. I informed her that this was not cute and asked her to cut it out. She refused and told me I can do whatever I want and nobody can tell me what to do. Or something along those lines, which my mom agreed. Then I said that she needs to make sure not to use the nonsense words in front of my 6-month-old, as I don't want her learning the right words.
Oh gosh.
Which was really just an excuse to stop her from doing it. Alana pointed out that Etsy used made-up words with her 2-year-old. Etsy says tumor instead of tummer instead of tummy, but that's the only one she could think of. I said that what Etsy does with her daughter is irrelevant because I'm the only one asking Alana to stop, but that might not be relevant, but I am adding for full transparency. When my husband reappeared with the cake, I refused to let Alana have it until she asked for it properly. She gave me a death glare, but did ask properly, a bet sulkily. My Am I the A-hole is twofold here. Was I the a-hole to withhold the cake until she asked for it like an adult? And was I the a-hole for telling her to stop talking nonsense in the first place? She is, after all, a fully grown adult who can do what she likes, but I honestly can't tell you how irritating it is to hear nonsense talk all the time from a 27-year-old woman, and she had dialed it up to an 11 for some reason. My mom agreed with Alana, obviously, and Etsy wasn't there, but agreed with me when she was told what happened, as did my husband. I love to put my foot down and tell her to cut it out every time, but I need the judgment on Reddit for this, as I don't know if I'm blinded by my unreasonableness by how annoying it is. And we gotta edit. Thanks for all the comments. I'm reading through them on and off while looking after my daughter, and some of them are really making me laugh. To answer a few questions, yes, I've addressed this with her before, as has Etsy. This is just the first time I've flat out refused to follow up on what she said. She pulled the "but you do it with your daughter" card on Etsy before too, so clearly she thinks it's a good argument. The only people present were me, my mom, Alana, and my husband. It was just a low-key thing, no big crowd. Etsy and her husband joined later via Zoom. We played Joke Boat on Jackbox. I came 5th. Alana is generally very sweet and fun, but definitely immature and can be super annoying. This gets on my very last nerve very quickly, and I can be hard on her. Hence, my am I the a-hole? Usually my husband is good at pointing out if I'm being harsh, but he was totally on my side here. Yes, I use the I am sister names on purpose, and yes, I'm smug. I get to be Daniela. I don't even know what that means.
Those are the it's a band. It's remember when we went to the Spotify event?
Yeah.
It was the 3 girls DJing. It was those girls.
Haim?
Haim, yeah.
It was those girls?
Yeah.
She's mentioning those girls?
Yeah.
Dude, Haim's big. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I had no clue. It's just like, oh, it's like 3 random chicks. It's like one DJ with her sister. It's cool. That's what I thought.
No. They are like in Taylor Swift songs and stuff.
Yeah, they were looking
Eras
Calvin
tour,
Harris and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my mom just came over and I spoke to her. She agreed very quickly that it's annoying AF, but said that Alana is working on standing up for herself, and my mom wanted to support that. I was like, sure, but pick your battles. My mom agreed and said she will talk to her when it's just them, as she thought that agreeing with me in the moment would have made Alana defensive and she wouldn't have listened, which is probably true. I mentioned what some commenters had said about it being my house and me being able to ask her to stop, but she agreed with this and reiterated that she would talk to Alana. That's all I have for now, and I'm going to talk to Etsy, and I think we're going to go for talk to her seriously / treat her like an adult approach and try to be a bit kinder about it. Thanks again for the comments. Etsy and I are feeling very vindicated. We got an update.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
yeah.
This is a good point. She may get defensive, but you can't
Just
entertain this.
listen.
Mom, you can't entertain this.
I know, they really can't. I think the only way that she would actually stop is if everyone's like, oh my God, it's so annoying.
The second she opens her mouth, like, God,
Stop it.
stop.
Listen. I'm going to go on the record and say sometimes bullying works.
Update.
Update.
As I said before, Etsy and I feel incredibly vindicated by the judgment and the comments in general, as we are always being told by our mom not to be hard on poor Alana. It's got to the point where we don't even rip into her like we do each other, which is a shame, as we are English and our primary love language is insults and sarcasms. Anyway, I digress. I got my chance to confront Alana on Saturday evening. Peak time of the week, when Alana and my mom came over for another round of Jackbox, and Alana asked me if I liked her new jump.
Oh no.
I replied, "You're what?" And she leveled me with a slightly smug, unblinking stare. My mom jumps in and tells me she means her jumper. And Alana interrupts her, saying she knows what I mean. I can say jump if I like. So mom did nothing. Mom did nothing. Zip zabbity zero.
Yeah, not at all.
That's mommy's little baby.
It's mommy's widow
You like my
baby.
new jump? I thought she was going to be like, you like my new jump?
Yeah. That was a really high jump.
I thought she was going to do that.
I thought she was gonna do like a little jump and be like try to be like stupid with it or something.
Angie, you do fashion design. Has anyone ever called it a jump? A jump or a jump?
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Clearly, she had decided to double down, but I had my Reddit voices in my ears, and I was prepared. I asked her to stop talking in nonsense words, and she told me that it's a thing that all millennials do, and that I needed to get over it, and said that I do it too, and gave a Prosecco as an example. Prosecco. Okay.
It's a drink.
Yeah,
Got it.
Prosecco.
I disagreed and then told her that I've been Googling it. Translation, I've asked a bunch of Redditors, and that it made me wonder if she's doing it as a reaction to no longer being the youngest in the family anymore. She was very affronted by this, telling me that she had been doing it in a way, telling me she had been doing it way longer than the arrival of the kids. I said that she'd been doing it much more recently. My mom agreed with me.
Finally.
Alana looked livid at this point and kept spluttering that it wasn't the case. I then said that my Google Reddit research, I read that it could be a comfort for anxiety, and asked her if that is what that was. She seemed very annoyed about my trying to diagnose her or make it into an issue. In my opinion, she was trying to be cute and funny, and I was ruining it with my concern for her well-being.
That's a great way to go about it.
She told me that I was being very weird for thinking it's a big deal and for Googling it. I said I was doing this because she's far too old to be talking like Yoda baby. I then said that if it wasn't a reaction to anxiety, could she please stop? Because it annoys me a lot and I don't want to be annoyed when I hang out with her. Full props to Reddit for my paraphrasing here. And we have more stories just like this on our podcast platforms. Just search up OK Storytime on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We got tons of crazy stories just like this. Holy cow. What? Okay, so she's getting at her mentally. She's like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to like crack open the nut here.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to do it because like that one person suggested like ask if it's a kink, you know, like it's going like the opposite way, a little more PG way of doing that, you know. It's like, so why are you doing this? What is mentally like going on? Do you need help? Are you okay? You know.
Yeah.
Because it's very possible that there is, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that could ruin the fun for her.
Yeah.
She's just like reacts in a very concerned way every time she does that. She's just like, she's doing it again. That poor girl.
How's your anxiety these days?
Yeah.
Do you need
You okay?
You are doing all right?
How have you been?
I could see her brain whirling as she tried to calculate a reason to say no, but in the end, my mom quietly interjected with, "That's a reasonable request, isn't it?" And Alana gave a hefty, defeated sigh and said, "Fine." I said, "Fine." I said, "Thank you." And we swiftly move on.
Yay.
I'm hopeful that that's the end of it. I am so glad I turned to Reddit for this one, as all the advice worked perfectly, and I'm going to try to keep it in mind with my interactions with Alana going forward.
Wow. Finally, we got through to her. Oh my goodness.
Shoot, dude, that
Oh
was...
my goodness.
I was
She's
worried.
still gonna do it behind closed doors.
You think so?
I'm sure. But honestly, I like if I knew someone like that, it's like, do it on your own time. I can't be around you if you're gonna do that. I don't want to be in childcare when I'm just hanging out with my sister. Didn't sign up to babysit you.
Yeah, that's it, man.